Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. I'm your host, Francy Hall, and we are your community connection. Thank you for joining us. Today's show, we are going to be featuring Kim Purscell and Tim Cockram. They're going to be talking about the Harvest for History, which is a farm-to-fork meal coming up to benefit the Steele County Historical Society. Before we get to that, we want you to know too that if you have ideas for upcoming shows, we would love to hear from you. We would like to put on our show things that you are interested in. So please do contact us. You can email us at owatonnatoday@charter.net. So stay with us. We'll be right back with Kim Purscell and Tim Cockram.
Hi, I'm Dr. Beth Giltvet.
And I'm Dr. Nick Vincelli of Horizon Eye Care.
We want you to see what you love and love how you see. We're proud sponsors of the Owatonna Today Show.
I needed more than just another dead-end job. I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
With the kids off to college, I decided it was time for me to go back to work and express myself.
Express got me in touch with some really great companies. Now I'm on my way to a great career.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Welcome back. We are joined now by Kim Purscell and Tim Cockram. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you. Thrilled to be here.
Yes. Now, have you guys been on the show before for this particular topic? No.
Not us together.
You haven't, but you haven't
no.
either. So this may be new to viewers to hear about this really tasty, delicious event. And I, for one, want to go there. Hopefully there will be tickets left because I hear it's really popular.
It is very popular,
Yeah.
yes.
So, Tim, let's first just introduce you to the people who are watching. You wanna
Sure.
let us know who you are and what you're doing here?
Okay. I'm Kim Purscell. I'm the new executive director for the Historical Society. I've been on the job, just finished my third week, and the second week being the fair. There was no easing into the job, and so now we shift gears from the fair and start going into our September activities, which are many. Every weekend we have something going on, but today we're really here to talk about our Harvest for History event.
Great. And Tim, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so Tim Cockram, I'm a local graduate, went off to culinary school and came back to enjoy this wonderful town. I've been here most of my life. I was the former chef of the Owatonna Country Club for many years. Got to develop some great relationships and work on my menus and some food. So excited to give back to the community and help with the Harvest for History fundraiser here.
And you are an award-winning chef. Can you tell us just a few of the
Yeah, so years ago I used to compete at the some different levels. The Owatonna Chili Cook-Off, which is a very popular event for a local fundraiser. Other things I've done is also the Taste of Elegance, which is put on by the Minnesota pork producers, and we won some awards there as well. So it's been some fun things to do.
Great. And what do you do now?
Currently, I'm the food service director for the Faribault Public Schools. I do work for Sodexo. We are a management company, and I've just actually wrapped up this week 1 year at the Faribault Public Schools. So I really enjoyed over there.
Great. And so you've been probably planning the menus for the upcoming.
Yeah, lots of menus and lots of changes there. So it's a great, very supportive district, and we've had a great partnership so far.
And you're still living here in Owatonna.
Still live in Owatonna, so a much better commute than my previous Rochester commute.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, welcome. Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much for being here, and welcome to you, Kim.
Thank you.
I know you were here recently talking about your new position.
Right.
So we probably don't need to go over that again. But we do want to talk about this Harvest for History.
Right.
And first of all, why are we doing the Harvest for History?
Well, this is the second annual, and it is a fundraiser for the Historical Society. And we try to do a lot of different things throughout the year, but something that revolves around delicious food always gets people to come back. And so this is the second annual, and it's coming up on the 19th of September.
Terrific. So September 19th, what time is it?
It will start at 5:30 p.m.
Okay, dinner time.
Dinner time, and it is a 5-course small plate experience. So we need, a number of hours to go through where we're sampling food and having some wine pairings, and so you need to have a nice long evening to go through the experience and relax and enjoy.
Well, wonderful. What is on the menu, Chef?
Yes, so the menu. So really, I guess in developing this, we really created a local menu. So we have everything from Schultz chicken, which is a local farm here, as well as the Hope butter, some of the other things that we're using. We got some local pork as well that we're doing a fresh smoked ham as well. But really, we start off with the first course. We're getting fresh green salads. This is a fun day. We actually get all our local vegetables right down at the Owatonna Farmers Market, which has grown so well. We get local cheeses as well, things like that we like to highlight through the different courses. We then move into some smoked pork shoulder, which is good, with a little scallop potato stacker, which is kind of a fun little way to present it. Also chicken coq au vin with herb pasta and a roasted red pepper sauce. And then we're going to move into dessert, a little kind of a play on savory and sweet, a little sweet basil custard with a little tart berry sauce.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Yes, we're actually highlighting the featured wine for dessert is the ice wine. If you've never had ice wine, it's a super fruity, very floral, sugary style wine. So
that's dessert. Is that a dessert wine?
That's a dessert wine. Yep. So,
why is it called ice wine?
well, really, they leave the grapes on so late in the harvest. If you've had like a late harvest, this is actually past the late harvest. So they actually generally leave it on there till it actually crystallizes or freezes. So it's a high amount of sugar, which makes a strong wine, but also a very sweet wine. So we kind of pair that with a little bit of that kind of sweet basil and a little bit of that tart berry to kind of play with those flavors as well.
And so the food, the farm to fork food, what about the wine? Is that also a local?
Yeah, so all the wine's from Alexis Bailey Vineyard. So we're going to have a great experience for those that are able to come. We'll actually have a video from the winemaker who she talks about how the wine, about the vineyard, about how the wine, the grapes, just kind of more of an in-depth look, which is a great way to look at the wine and understand where it comes from. I probably have the easier job of making food, it's
and
easier.
Tasting the wine
and tasting the wine
to
pair this, to perfection. So, but no, it's a fun event. But it's good. It's a good thing to do.
And did I hear you say, so the event is on a Saturday, the 19th, so you're actually going to be at the farmers market here in Owatonna that morning, choosing. So we don't know exactly what the vegetables will be.
Right. So we kind of start off with a general menu, and we know the proteins and those types of things we source ahead of time to make sure we have the right quantity, and then we kind of go down and so if anyone wants to come shopping at me, you'll see me down there about 6 a.m. But it's a great way to just kind of see what really what the city has to offer and how can we highlight and showcase some of those vegetables and cheeses and those types of things. So.
That sounds so delicious. And you said you have enough food. How many people do we expect at this event?
Actually, we have only 100 tickets, and last year it was a sellout. And so right now we still have some tickets available, but if you're interested in coming, we just highly encourage people to get their tickets now.
So we need to call in advance. Well, we have to call in advance. You're
Right.
definitely going to have 100 people there.
Yep,
it's
correct.
just a matter of whether you are going to be one of those 100 people.
That's right.
And apparently whether I am too. I better get on the horn. I've got that up on my refrigerator, but I really kind of didn't realize I had to call. So I'm glad. Who should they call? What number do they need to call, or how do they get there?
They call the Steele County Historical Society, and it's 451-1420. You can also go online to our steelehistorymuseum.org website, and you can order your tickets online as well and pay for them.
Oh, really? Is that through like a PayPal, or what is that?
Okay,
but anyway,
something
they can
similar.
pay for them online. Okay,
Yes,
that's
yes.
good to know.
And the tickets are $100 a person, of which $50 of it is a tax-deductible receipt, and the other goes, which is going to benefit the Historical Society.
Sure. Well, and you guys have to pay for this meal.
And then we have to pay for the meal. Exactly.
Sounds pretty amazing.
Yes.
Now, what is the relationship between the Steele County History Center and the Steele County Historical Society?
The History Center is just one of our properties that we manage. We've got the Village of Yesteryear, which is under the Historical Society. We've got the History Center, which has exhibits. But then we also have, under the Historical Society, we have our genealogy department, our research department, and it all goes under the umbrella of the Historical Society.
And so the money that is being raised for this is going to the Historical Society.
Correct.
And that pays for some of the things you just mentioned.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, for the operations of the facilities and for just overhead.
Okay. Including the Village of Yesteryear, which
Yes.
I assume takes some upkeep.
Yes,
Those are
it does.
Some old buildings.
Extremely old buildings, and yes, the weather and time has, it takes its toll, and so there's always an ongoing work to keep those buildings up.
Okay, well, I have a question that maybe it's mostly for the ladies, because this sounds like a kind of swanky meal. Should I be dressed up? I mean, what kind of attire should I be wearing for this?
I would say whatever you are comfortable in, whether you want to dress up in elegance or in business attire,
Okay.
But it will be a very fun event. I mean, it's unique in that we've got some entertainment. Scott Rogness and Mike Shinander, our local entertainers, they're going to be performing on stage. We're going to have some hors d'oeuvres in the atrium. Then we'll go into the sit-down meal where it's going to be educational and fun at the same time. And so we want people to take their time, and then after it's done, they'll come back out into the atrium again, and the entertainment will continue.
Okay.
So, if you want to dance or if you want to sing along, it's going to be very fluid.
Okay. What is the entertainment? I mean, what kind of music is it? I guess it's music, right?
It is music, and it will be things that you can dance to. It'll be things that are familiar. There's a number of songs that...
I'm just thinking, is it polka or is it like rock or what is it?
No, it's going to be more easy listening.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yep, and so we're really excited to have those gentlemen to come and be with us for the evening.
Wonderful.
But so yes, if you want to dress up, please do. I know many people will.
It sounds like an elegant evening, and so it's an opportunity to dress up.
Right.
Before we let you go, is there anything else you want to tell us about real quick that's going on at the History Center?
Well, first off, I just want to thank our sponsors for the Harvest for History event, which are Steele and the Hometown Credit Union are our two premier sponsors for the event.
Steele Cooperative?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and so we want to thank them. And then also for music lovers, since we're talking about music, we've got the Americana Showcase coming up on September the 4th. That's coming up, and we have an incredible lineup of performers. Martin Zeller, a lot of people know him. He has a huge following. John Wheeler and Brandon Sampson, and these are people that are coming on stage. We're hoping the weather is going to be good so that we can actually do it outdoors, just outside the History Center exhibit hall. And so we ask people to bring their lawn chairs and spend the evening, and we'll have a wine and beer bar and some...
And more information available on your website probably about that. Thank you so much for joining us and treating us to this tasty sample of what we might expect at this wonderful dinner, Farm to Fork, what's it called again? Harvest for History.
Yep.
All right. Stay with us after a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
The River Springs Water Park at 3065 St. Paul Road is open for the summer. Come with family and friends to enjoy the many features the water park has to offer. Open swim hours are listed on the screen. For more information on daily specials, programs, and large group packages, visit our website, call the water park at 774-7370, or find them on the River Springs Water Park Facebook page. Make a big splash this summer at the River Springs Water Park.
Hi, I'm Ron Clancher with Clancher & Son Landscaping and Concrete. We support the Owatonna Today Show, and so should you.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hi, I'm Brenda with the Mortgage Office of Brenda Bednar, aligned with American Mortgage and Equity Consultants. where closings feel right from the beginning. I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
I'm Deb Gillard.
And I'm Sean McNulty with Brookdale Owatonna Senior Living Solutions.
We are assisted living and Alzheimer's and dementia care communities here in Owatonna, and formerly known as Clare Bridge and Sterling House.
And we are proud sponsors of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back. We are joined now by Katie Siegner, and she is with Climate Generation. We're going to be talking to her about the Climate Convention, Climate Minnesota Convention. Hello, Katie.
Hi, thanks for having me.
We're really glad you could be here to tell everybody about this event that's happening in Owatonna, right?
Yes, it is.
Great. Well, first of all, before we tell them about the event, give a little background about this organization and what you do for the organization, would you?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So Climate Generation, a Will Steger legacy, educates and empowers people to engage in solutions to climate change. We were established in 2006 by polar explorer Will Steger, and our vision is a sustainable and equitable future for all. And I fit into this organization as our communications coordinator. So I manage all of our online and traditional communications work, including the work that we're doing for the Climate Minnesota project that I'll be telling you more about. And the way that we accomplish this work and the way we accomplish our mission is mostly through our education and emerging leaders programs.
Okay.
So for education, we recognize that educators are really critical messengers of climate literacy and energy literacy, and schools and other non-formal learning centers can be powerful examples of sustainability in communities. So we work with both educators and the public to spread awareness of climate change education and solutions efforts. And the Climate Minnesota project is one example of that work, as is our annual Summer Institute for Climate Change Education.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot. That's a lot of things that we can delve into.
Definitely.
First of all, you mentioned this is Climate Generation, a Will Steger legacy. Can you tell us a little bit about Will Steger and the legacy that he has founded here?
Definitely. So Will is, as our founder and permanent member of our board of directors, Will continues to provide really important strategic vision and direction for our organization. And after the 50 years that he spent on his polar expeditions, where he witnessed firsthand the early impacts of climate change on our polar regions, he founded Climate Generation, a Will Steger legacy, like I said, back in 2006, as a demonstration of his commitment to dedicate the rest of his life to working on climate change education and solutions.
So 50 years of going to the poles. Did he go to both poles?
Yeah.
Going to both poles and seeing what is going on, and he said there is visible changes going on. And so he established this organization. And what is it that the organization is going to do? So in Owatonna, we've got something coming up. But we also, so this is a national organization, is that right?
We are based in Minneapolis, but we do have a national focus. So we engage educators and youth from around the country in our programs.
Okay, so and a piece of that is this Climate Minnesota, is that right? Is there a Climate other states as well? No, okay.
So with Climate Minnesota, I can give you a little bit of background on this project. It's a 2-year public education project that's funded through the Minnesota Environment and Natural Resources Trust Fund. We've got additional funding through the McKnight Foundation as well as the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency. And what Climate Minnesota strives to do is really recast climate change as a local and personally relevant issue for people. So Climate Minnesota brings together local stories and storytellers, climate science, and community resources to build Minnesotans' climate literacy and promote sustainable behavior change among the people whose communities we're visiting.
And so how does this convention fit into that? What do you do at this convention, and who's attending the convention?
Yes, well, hopefully many people in Owatonna will be attending. And the convening, so we call these, we're having a series of 12 public convenings across the state. And we're calling them convenings as opposed to, forums or just any regular event workshops, because we're really trying to convene the community and showcase the resources that are already in the city of Owatonna that are focused on climate change solutions. And so, as I mentioned, we'll be visiting a variety of different communities across the state through the Climate Minnesota project. And at each convening, we showcase different stories and different solutions that community members can engage in to build climate resiliency.
I love all these terms. Climate resiliency. We need climate resiliency.
Definitely.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that people will be doing at the convention? Well, first of all, the public is invited, is that?
The public is invited, yes. And I really can't emphasize enough, all ages, anyone from Owatonna and the surroundings are very welcome to attend the convening.
Okay.
And there will be food provided as well. And I can go through just briefly the structure of the evening.
Let's quickly, just so people know, when is it?
Yeah, it's Tuesday, September 15th. The convening kicks off with a local resources fair at 5:30. And then there's a welcome address from Mayor Thomas Kuntz starting at 6:15.
And where is it?
It's at Camp Pillsbury.
Camp Pillsbury. Mm-hmm. Good. I'm writing it down so that I can remember to go there too.
Great.
Do you know which building, Katie?
Information should be on our website. So for any questions that people have or for additional information, people can visit climateminnesota.org.
Okay.
And that's kind of the landing page for the whole project. It's got information on each specific convening as well as the other aspects of this project.
So we go to that climategeneration.org and we look for the Minnesota convening.
Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, if you just go to climateminnesota.org.
Yeah. Okay. Climate Minnesota and look for the Owatonna one.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I go, what am I going to see? What am I going to learn? I assume you have handouts and all that stuff?
We will have handouts. As I mentioned, there will be a local resources fair where a wide variety of Owatonna-based organizations will be sharing information, handouts, and materials about the things that they're doing, which could include energy efficiency, it could include rain gardens, it could be a sustainable agriculture focus, and all of these things we're portraying as solutions to climate change. And then after the local resources fair, as I mentioned, the mayor will welcome people. And then University of Minnesota climatologist Mark Seeley will give a presentation about the local impacts of climate change on the Owatonna community.
Do you have any information, I mean, I'm putting you on the spot, about impacts here in Owatonna, for example, of climate change? I mean, they're pretty universal, but do you have examples for us?
I can speak generally about the impacts that we're seeing. You know, the bottom line is that everyone in Minnesota, we're all now experiencing climate change because it is happening now. And it can be seen in, incidences of more intense and frequent heat waves. It can be seen in more intense downpours, like some of the rain we've been seeing recently. And it can be seen in a wide variety of ways. And I'll let Mark Seeley speak specifically to the Owatonna place-based impacts.
Sure. Okay. At the convention, he'll be talking about that. Is there? Do you guys have? Obviously, you've got ideas about what we can do about these things, and you're convening our local resources. What are some of the ways that we can, make a more resilient environment locally?
Well, we really believe that, it all starts with storytelling. So one of the local solutions that we're offering to climate change is a workshop where people will learn how to tell their personal climate story and sharing that with your neighbors, sharing some of the impacts that you're seeing. People here probably know better than me some of the impacts and the different weather that they've been seeing. So that's really a key first step. And then we also believe that taking community-based actions, so coming together with neighborhood groups or with church groups or agricultural groups, and taking action together to build resiliency, whether that's through organic agriculture or rain barrels or installing solar panels or wind turbines. Those actions that people take on a local level can scale up and can inspire institutional and structural change that we need for this issue.
Sure. I mean, if one of us has a rain barrel, not that huge of an impact, but if many of us have a rain barrel, it's exponential hopefully in the way it can help with the issue.
And it builds people's sense of hope and people's sense that they can do something about this issue that's often portrayed as this global issue that is going to take it's going to take a lot, but there's, things at every level that people can do.
Just when you said that it's going to take a lot and it's this global issue, it seems so big, I'm reminded of the very simple phrase, many hands make for light work. Mm-hmm. So if we all engage in it, and I guess what I'm hearing from you is that we need to acknowledge that it's happening now. Mm-hmm. So by telling our stories, we're acknowledging, look, this is real. Here's my experience of it. Yeah. Is that about right?
Yeah. Yeah, and then the second thing I would add to that is this convening is really an opportunity for people to attend solutions workshops and commit to actionable solutions themselves.
So we'll be able to actually have information about actions we can take locally here in our own backyard and in our own lives.
Yes, the convening wraps up with a series of 5 solutions workshops, and people can pick a workshop to attend and hear a brief presentation and then engage and brainstorm and talk amongst themselves to think about how they could be part of that solution and what they could do.
What if we want to go to all 5? I guess we'll have to have another one.
Yeah, well, there will be a recap posted on our website after the convening with, detailed information about each specific solutions workshop. So even if you only get to go to one, there will be information on our website about all of them.
Okay, so and this is open to all ages. Tell us again, date, time, place.
Yes, so Climate Minnesota, Owatonna, is Tuesday, September 15th, starting at 5:30 p.m. at Camp Pillsbury, and it wraps up at 8:45 p.m. with a dessert reception, which we hope everyone will stick around for.
Oh, we get dessert.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm excited to go to that, and I'm definitely looking forward to finding out what the solutions are that I can implement.
Great.
Thanks for being here, Katie. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yes, and we thank you for joining us. Please stay with us after a word from our sponsors.
Hello, my name is Katie Marshall. A year ago, my family and I became homeless. We were scared and alone. Today, with the help of Steele County Transitional Housing and generous donors like you, my family and I are safely housed. I am working, going to college, paying my rent on time. My children have a warm bed to sleep in every night. My family and I are so grateful for this second chance. Please help others in need by donating to transitional housing today. Everyone deserves a safe place to live.
Hi, my name is Ryan Gillespie with Bremer Bank Mortgage. By trusting your home loan needs to Bremer Bank, you are guaranteed a personalized, straightforward, and honest experience from application to closing. We look forward to guiding you through your next home purchase or refinance.
Welcome back. We are here with your community announcements. I want to remind you that this Friday is the last Movies in the Park at Central Park, starts at 9 o'clock. Also, this coming weekend, August 29th, is the public open house to meet John Klatt, the aerobatic pilot, and have a 5K run on the Owatonna-Degner Airport runway. Sunday, August 30th, the next day, is the fly-in, drive-in breakfast at the airport to benefit Civil Air Patrol, so you want to look into that. You can call about either of these events at 456-5027. Little Theater of Owatonna is hosting its annual meeting on August 31st at 7 p.m. at the Owatonna Arts Center. Board members will be recognized for their service, as well as the LTO annual report being shared. The annual meeting recognizes the upcoming 2015-2016 season as the organization's 50th anniversary. That's just amazing. 50 years of LTO. Join the Riverbend Nature Center staff on September 2nd from 1 to 3 for a class about making natural dyes. You can call for more information at 332-7151 and to register also for that event, or you can visit their website, rbnc.org. Crafters, please join the Steele County Humane Society for Critter Creation Day on Saturday, September 12th, 9 a.m. at the Owatonna Business Incubator Conference Room. So this is a day for crafters to get together and create items for the Humane Society to give away in adoption packages for our animals to use in foster homes or to sell at events. So that sounds really neat. If you have any questions or are planning to attend, contact Kathy at 507-271-0045. We thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we hope that you will contact us with your ideas for future shows. Again, you can email us at Owatonna Today at charter.net. We'll be back on Friday with City Manager Chris Boosie and with the Citizens of the Year.